Huma iyakalati, huma jingela Zelo khanda no cash, kanti siphilela Twana kumele uphande mawuthenga ma Khali ibhikini for sure Scoop le golita skhatha Kanti lo mhlaba okaba Hawumshana ungawali Mama ungakhali, wena no mama
Bafethu, happy 16 June, happy to that day, Bafethu. Today I'm here at Rabat Rishi and I have a special guest, Eminem Kulumena. She will tell us why Ati is sex or sex is for God. He will tell us, he must let us know, because we are on your work, so service and discuss. The full show, one man just sends our Twitter on my YouTube. Stay there, stay tuned, Bafethu. Ninga put Twitter next. Thank you. I show the first one.
Here we go again. Don't you know there is no benefit in chasing women? God says in Proverbs 31:3, do not waste your strength on women, on those who ruin kings. Now if God blesses you with a godly woman along your journey, so be it, but do not go out your way seeking the validation of these modern-day women. Always remember, a man loses the moment he puts a woman over his purpose.
Hello people, yes, as I said and I promised you that this show now is going down. Yes, it's gonna take a lot of people. Damn,
Shit's way by storm. Bazalwane, hellos, Zambonani, Moleni, Absheni, Ninjani, Moleni, Kobolagiti. Guys, we're back again for a jam-packed show here. It's me and my proudest compadre, or should we say compadre, that I'm always rolling with. Thank you guys for coming back. I've been out on the streets for a long time now, and I've been, tuning into many of our viewers' questions and answers actually, because it's always your answers that derive the way that we lead the show. Okay, so one of the main subjects that kept being brought up was infertility, you guys, and marriage as its own. You understand? So, which comes back to the big bang as well as in sex with our partners. Okay, so what we brought back was, look, I actually paid attendance to a sermon that was held in Braamfontein in Joburg. You understand? This is also in SA, you guys. For those of you that do not know where this is, so it was situated in the central district of Johannesburg CBD, and the sermon was mainly about what we derived about our infertilities and what's God's view about infertilities, and religiously, spiritually as well. As in what we deem ourselves as spiritually our spiritual compatibility, should we say rather, when it comes to who we are as a Love Nation, you understand? So just bringing it back to Love Nation, I wanted our brother to actually read from us just the beginning, or should we say the first highlights of what was actually extracted from the pastor's sermon, you understand? Okay. Just a few lines and then we'll get back to what he was saying, okay?
Yeah, this ceremony is talking about sex. Came from Kadiri, Pastor Kadiri. He said a lot of people that associate sex with God, they associate with Satan and darkness. Is it true?
Yes, okay, so super for that question. You see, that was just the opening statement throughout the entire sermon. Whether or not our sexual compatibility, not only should it be godliness, but it's also provocatively been taken now so lightly and tormentously as a solicit, or should I say an explicit extent of being satanic, you understand? So it brought a lot of questions up to all of us, you understand? Many of us are in marriages and we're happy and we all believe that it's growing the natures of our love within our families. But if it's also being aroused again as a sexual extortive way, where we... Hey man, I don't even know how to put this in my own terms, you understand? I'm still trying to reason with this. But then if we look at sex as being something satanic within our relations, are we not forging a different connection when it comes to
For me, in my opinion, because I think that sex, it was a nature that comes from God. Okay, I will say that. But now we, as people, we try to come with something new every time. When someone brand a car is named BMW, you wanna come with your own brand. say now I'm doing out, now I'm doing what, now the sex is coming out of a man.
Yeah,
which is not coming out
complicitly, you understand,
because
it's no longer
yeah,
from
yeah,
from
because
its holiness.
when you see now how the sex is, some they're licking something that you should not lick. Now I'm gonna keep it true. Sex is was a simple thing. Sleep with your wife and respect her body. But now we don't respect the body. Isn't? Now we're doing the sex that come from Satan. Not that one was designed by God.
Yeah, the temple itself. But okay, listen, this is where I came in now, you understand? I'm always
We're gonna keep it real, man.
yeah, I'm just trying to keep it as real for everybody, you understand?
Yes.
Because we're talking from a level where we're all humane, you understand?
Yeah.
So if for me the female bosom is like a temple, you understand?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
shrine where we all, you know, where we welcome its holiness, not only its holiness but the residents as well. And then if everything that is meant to be a holy partaking in that temple
Yeah.
is now taken as satanic, or
Yeah,
should we say
it-
illicit, as well,
Straight.
you know, it messes
Straight.
everything with regards to who
it's
we
a
are.
missionary.
Yeah, it's missionary, it changes entirely, you understand? So I don't know. It's because we're smiling and laughing about us. This is why we're happy, you know. It's
but
meant
it's
to be
true.
something that grows our thinking, our positive thinking.
Yeah.
Because physically we physical people, or should we say we're from a race of physical, not disconnection but distort.
Yeah.
When we connect with ourselves physically, I can give you a hug per se, my brother, and then show you that we're just expressing love. So the expression of love itself, hey, listen, if the devil is involved in this thing, then it's going to be in every household on a frequent manner, you understand?
Yeah.
But the godliness side of it and the composite side, which I wanted to bring back as well, to abantu bethu vele nabantu bethu besintu mina,
Yeah.
sikhuliswe ngendlela ezihlukene yabo, and ngesiko eziningi yabo, ngoba figure like in this instance where we're going to use it's not umemulo nje mara umemulo njengoba sothi ngejiji, you understand, where things or methods of approach to how you court, or how courtship rather. Let's put it in layman's terms, courtship. When it comes to courtship in a segment where we have to redefine how we interact with each other, it's for God had given you greener pastures for you to make your bed with. You're not gonna treat it like some brothel down the street where you just walk in and you start jumblizing everything, you understand? So with men of stature, this is what I was saying when it comes to the fertility, or should we say the infertilities of the cloth, should it not be forsaken, but we are forgiven as well. God loved us so much because that is the one pleasure He gave all of His kids.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why we are abundantly making many more children, you understand?
Yeah.
So we want this to be also an eye-opener and an eye-turner for you as well back at home, you understand? Please enjoy fulfilling us with your questions and your answers as well, because most of the truth lies in your answers.
So,
as well.
so you, do you think that it's a sin to do a sex after marriage? Because yes, we're talking about it.
Yeah, this is really where the topic started from.
Yeah,
you
because
understand?
in South Africa, there's something that is we call amasiko.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
there's something that we say amajik.
Yeah.
And do you think what's less into less is such a corner and it's still happening around during this time?
Yeah, by profession and by expertise, I'm very aware that amasiko asasekhona wena, and sisawalandela ngayo indlela kumele siwalandele ngoqobo, because in instances where damages are being paid, you understand. So I'm not going to make it about paying money. We're not buying our people from each other, but for you to show that family, or that, yes, should we say that pasture where you are leading yourself to, that you come in a manner where you have made men's, not means but men's, so that you can always iterate on where we're going, you understand. I have come forth to your family, making sure that we have come in a gesture that we can not only not take care of you, but we can ensure that there is a future laid out for you as well, or to ensure that your future, that your family is laid out for you, stays according to plan as well, you know. Families do this for each other, where they make sure that they plan out for their kids. I cannot be coming there to insert myself as an icon, or should I say an idol, that is going to lead you upon a different gesture or a direction, or lead you towards this promised land, which in this instance can be our relation also growing. Families becoming together. We use that to connect people, to connect families, to connect unions, to connect idealists as well. Idealism, maybe, if that's how our parents also still foresee. Because we parents these days, and these are the type of things we're teaching our kids as well. Not to forget where they're coming from, but to most importantly remember where they're going. If they're going to keep these practices for them as well as a future and youth, that we want them to remember that those practices in general, where amongst people as well, singabantu bakithi and siyazithanda kithi and sithanda ukuthandiwa ngabantu. Thina masikwazi ukutshengisa labantu ukuthi sobathanda ngale ndlela sisithanda ngakhona. Hayi makwande ke kuyo nje angithi nami nje ngoba ngibusiswe ngokuba owenu ngiyakwazi ukumkhulumela ngani ukuthi nemakuhlale kuyenzakale kanjalo. And it still happens. And then now we go to the cloth side where we were talking about that. Okay, welcome to continue that.
So if you're looking for a woman, what kind of a woman that you should look for? Because most of the people, they say you should look for a church-going woman. They don't consider other women because they think that other women who doesn't go to the church, they are not the women who are capable to raise a man up.
Okay, listen, with that one now, this is something amazing because look, we've all got different preferences when it comes to people, you understand? But for any family and for any fearing sake, if you've found yourself the right person, we're not trying to reconstruct somebody that doesn't exist, you understand? We can go onto our phones, gadgetized digitally now, you can literally construct somebody. We're not trying to reconstruct something that didn't exist. Even we are backdated from civilizations, or should we say from mothers and brethren that also shape change this world by being imperfect, you understand? So them being ladies of the cloth made it even more revering to accept and to understand where people marginalize that a woman from the cloth would know more, which is now what's brought up now in our pastor's sermon, that when we went to it, he was making a clear statement that, or should we say an understatement, that it's understated that people from the cloth should know these type of things, which now comes back to the main subject as well, where it becomes an affirmation of how good is it, who isn't good at it. That's not the point. Many of these men are facing daily life challenges where if I can sit and intertune with you again on a spiritual level, but also a physical level where we can also come back and correspond. Clearly, if you and I can be on speaking terms, or should I say mature terms, where we can resolve problems together, that's the type of relationship any man was looking for. Instead of the one where he's going home and he has to run away to the nearest brothel down the road. You see, that's what we were trying to reincarnate, not recapture, but just to reincarnate so that people could understand where the story's basis was going. Many of these loving men, family men, working hard, is on his feet 18 hours of the week, not just because he wants to, but 18 hours of his day, 7 times a week, 24/7, throughout the entire year, 365, you understand? These are the men that get up, not only men but women as well, that get up, spouses, let's put it that way rather, but these spouses get up every day to make sure that they are benefactors, not that they are benefiting from your relationship, but they are being able to provide for you as well. You, your lovers, your spouses, and your indigenous families as well, you understand? Spiritually on a level, they bring back the holiness in you as well. So when they were able to bring back this type of resonation into their homes, and people found it name and let's be open with each other. And then we're on a term that we can't even speak to each other. You're the type of guy that works 19 hours a day. You walk into your household and the first thing you see is your wife and you are fed up. You cannot even ingest the meal she's prepared for you, you understand? Because of how exhausted you are. You've not only been exerting your attention at work, but you've exerted your love because of your different encounters throughout your day. You've exerted you've exerted a lot of compassion as well to people that you have to find yourself being compassionate with throughout your day, you understand? Many people don't understand that every interaction we go through, we exchange not only bodily fluids but bodily reduction as well, you know? So physically, what I wanted is that people can try and understand that when it comes to that part, we have to expand this thing, because this sermon took hours for us to work through on its own because of the introduction on its own. If you were to walk up to your kin next to you as well and openly speak about sex throughout your relationship, do you not believe that the kinkiness side would come out? All of you want to have this love fun relationship. You have it with your kids, you have it with your neighbors, you have it with everybody except your spouse. How is that possible? Because it's easy for your spouse to go next door now and start speaking to people that they feel comfortable with. So if there's no comfort within your relationship, let's start building on that. You understand? Yeah, thank you.
Wow. Okay, so thank you. Man, it's a shower's cut.
Yeah.
Also sharing a message like how to love your partner and your partner put him because we are tired of seeing abantu bahlukana emndenini bashiya umuntu oyi-1 nabantwana abayi-7 nabantwana abayi-10 nabantwana abayi-3. That's we are fighting for ukuthi mangabe uwazile ukwakha umndeni, hlala nomndeni wakho, ukhulise nomuntu wakho. Stop flying around uyobona abanye abantu. Why? You busy, plant something behind. So stick with it bafethu. So what do you want to say kula bantu?
Like you just said, my brothers and sisters, hayi okuningi ukuthi ngizobafakela phezulu lapho ngizobangithela ishefu nyana la mina I'm a spice special. So kufana nesihlahla bakithi, you've just planted yourself a beautiful orchard. Just when it's bloomed and it's given you its prize bottles of oak mature color. Amamalo wena namamoye ngiyakutshela ntwana. Wena uyayishiya uya next door uyolala no. You understand? Angazi usitshela ukuthi izonakela ubani. Izofana izibomelele ngakaba yiyo lento enhle kakhulu. Isele nayo kulama reserve lawa siwapicture la inside amabhatch wethu ngoba siyazi ngoba nomfundisi uzoba ngicela yona le holy le for on the next sermon on Sunday. So please don't wait for next Sunday, just tune into the next clip after this. Qhubeka ngayo ayikakapheli.
Take care bafethu.
Take care bafethu. That's peace and happiness. Amen.